Hi, I'm Lisa Sim for Sim Minerals, and we're here with the lovely model Sarah and the lovely locale of Très Chic Styling, one of my favorite places to go shopping for the most amazing dresses. So today we're going to do the How to Look Like Kate Middleton. Do you like to be a princess?
Obviously.
I so want to be a princess. Okay, so here's what you do. We'll start with a little bit of Sim Minerals Loose Foundation. Grind your brush into it and just sweep all over. Now, Kate has a beautiful skin. You can switch brushes. This is a large fluff. It's squirrel hair, so it's going to be really, really soft. And then we just go around anywhere that has a little excess redness. I'm going to put that all across the lid to neutralize the little redness or veins that we sometimes see in the skin. If you've ever looked at the engagement picture, she has quite a bit of bronzer action going on, so that's what we're going to pass with afterwards. She's not really wearing a lot of foundation, but we do see a lot of bronzer. So I'm going to switch over to, this is one of my favorites, is the Arbonne bronzer. I'll use that with a large powder brush and a big fake cheesy smile, because you're going to be smiling all the time when you're being shot by all the paparazzi. And sweep that right across the apples of the cheeks, forehead, down the nose, anywhere that would naturally get a little bit more sun. And just keep in mind, our chins, it's like an umbrella for our neck, so our necks are usually really light in comparison to our face. So just drag that bronzer down. And just looks that little sun-kissed glow. Okay, so we're gonna start with the base shade. This is called Candlelight. I'm using this large brush because it makes it really easy to glide it across the lid and cover the entire lid in just a couple of sweeps. Now, the whole look with Kate Middleton is that there's a lot of lining going on, so it's not a lot about eyeshadow, but there is a little touch of blue in the liner as well. I know you got the green eyes, you have the blue eyes, but you know, you're not the real Kate. This is called Mineral Mist, but you could use a little bit of water, you could use a little bit of saliva on yourself, no problem. This one's called Ocean Blue, and we'll line the eye with this. So it's different from using it as a regular eyeshadow because it's much more concentrated. So I'm gonna do a thin line, and then I'm gonna just actually widen it a little bit, just blend it out. And we'll do the same thing on the bottom. This is kind of a case where you have to really do corner to corner. You don't want two parallel lines that don't connect. It's just gonna look awkward. So make sure that the outer corners and the inner corners join together. What I'm gonna do is just angle the tip of the brush a little bit past the lash line and just give it a little bit of a tail just to redirect the angle of the eye. Now, to give it that depth, I always recommend putting it on the shadow first, whether it be wet or dry, but then layering it with a darker liner. So we could be taking a purple liner, we could be taking a brown, a navy, a black. I think just for that little bit of drama and somebody's gonna be seeing you from far away, we'll just add a little bit of black on top. Always use the side of the pencil. It's gonna do a finer line. It's not gonna be a thick black line. And so that it doesn't close the eye, really just do half of it. You know, you really wanna stop about where the pupil is. And just close lightly. And again, concentrate outer corner and really try to like put it onto the bottom of the lashes, right at the root. The easiest part now is just to go back with the brush that you're using to line the eyes with the shadow, blend it all together. So there's no color that's actually gonna go on the lid itself. The real color is just going along the lash line, but just very wide. Now, always with working with darker shadows and with liner and things like that, you kind of tend to get a little bit of smudginess going on underneath, a little bit of raccoon eye. Therefore, the dollar store Q-tip is your best friend. Forget like the real quality, like brand name Q-tips. Those aren't gonna work. They're way too fluffy and large. So go for something that's kind of on the cheapy side, but has a really, really tight head to it. Those are the best for cleaning up. I dip back into that first shade, tap off excess, never blow on it, and run that underneath the line. That way it cleans up and it highlights at the same time. When you finish with all the dark parts, now we can go into the mascara. Definitely a little bit of lash curling is gonna be involved here. Get as close to the roots of the lashes. Pulse it 5 times, open, get to the middle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then do the tip, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That way it's not like a crazy 90-degree angle. Then we can follow up with some mascara. If you're going to like line the bottom lashes with eyeliner, complement it by actually finishing it off with a bit of mascara. Then when you finish all the dark parts, we're just gonna go back and just highlight the lightest, which is going to be underneath the arch back with the first brush. It's right to where the art should be. So you can feel that I'm pressing up. When it comes to Kate's lips, they weren't lined. They were really like neutral, earthy tone. I'm actually gonna do a little combination of something that's a little bit peachy and a little bit more neutral, earthy toned. And so there you have it. This is the Kate Middleton look with my lovely model Sarah. We're here at Très Chic Styling. They have some awesome dresses for you to try on to like really get that Kate look going on. Oh wait, hold on. I'm now your like fairy godmother. I now make you a princess.